India-Russia relationship has worked to advantage. So if it works to my advantage, I would like to keep that going.
आज का युग युद्ध का है नहीं.
Our total purchases for the month would be less than what Europe does in an afternoon. I don't think we're sitting on the fence just because I don't agree with you.
The year 2022 marked a paradigm shift in India's foreign policy. While India has always chosen to not take sides, Russia's invasion of Ukraine posed a tough situation before New Delhi. But India turned the crisis into an opportunity to showcase its rising global prowess. At the start of the war, Western nations pressurized India to publicly condemn Putin's invasion of Ukraine. However, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar deftly presented New Delhi's stance on multiple occasions.
India strongly reiterates the need for an immediate cessation of all hostilities and a return to dialogue and diplomacy. Clearly, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi has emphasized, this cannot be an era of war.
Jaishankar did not only push back West over India's ties with Russia, he also exposed European countries' hypocrisy over buying Russian oil amid the war.
Tell me if buying Russian gas is not funding the war? I mean, why is it's only Indian money and oil coming to India which funds, but it's not gas coming to Europe which funds?
Despite India's conservative stance on the Russian invasion, India managed to rescue its stranded nationals from war-torn Ukraine through Operation Ganga. 2022 was also the year when the world came to realize the importance of India, which is the world's largest democracy. In August this year, India was invited to the prestigious G7 summit in Germany. PM Modi shared the global platform with some of the world's biggest leaders, including US President Joe Biden. India's growing clout could be ascertained by the fact how US changed its position on New Delhi, increasing its oil imports from Russia amid the Ukraine war. In April 2022, US President Joe Biden said it was not in India's interest to buy more Russian oil, adding that it could hamper the US response to the war. As India explained its position and refused to budge under Western pressure, the United States finally acknowledged India's independent stance by saying that every country has the right to take decisions in their interest. India's independent foreign policy under Prime Minister Narendra Modi also received praise from global leaders in 2022. Russian President Vladimir Putin in October said India was pursuing independent foreign policy under PM Modi despite attempts to stop him.
Prime Minister Modi is one of those people in the world who is capable of conducting an independent foreign policy in the interests of its nation.
The same month, a Chinese mouthpiece lauded India for prioritizing its national interest in resisting Western pressure to support sanctions against Russia. Before that, US President Joe Biden had commended the Prime Minister for his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin at a SCO summit in Uzbekistan had drawn initial skepticism. PM Modi, however, quickly changed the narrative by indirectly telling Putin to stop the war in Ukraine.
एक्सेलेंसी मैं जानता हूं कि आज का युग युद्ध का है नहीं, और हमने फोन पर भी कई बार आपसे इस विषय में बात की है कि डेमोक्रेसी और डिप्लोमेसी और डायलॉग, ये सारी बातें ऐसी हैं कि जो दुनिया को एक स्पर्श करती है.
Western media, which usually shies away from praising PM Modi, published rare accolades on the Indian leader for his firm message to Putin. In December, CIA Chief William Burns said Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping had raised concerns about the use of nuclear weapons, and that had an impact on Russia. As 2022 proved a productive year for India's diplomatic efforts, 2023 is expected to only bolster New Delhi's credentials on the global stage. India has received the presidency of G20 from Indonesia and is set to host the summit for the first time. The G20 summit will be a big opportunity for India to show the world the true meaning of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The world is one family.